Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it happens to be in your part of the world. We are very glad you're here. I am Jenny Axler, and I have with me Stella Key, Michael Coe, and Esther Lee from the international sales team as well. We are all from HIMSS/SELVAS, of course, and we're going to show you mostly a pre-recorded presentation this evening. We have 4 clips we're going to show you. Now, I do know a lot of you, so some of this is going to be repetition for some of you. The first one, because of course we do assume that not all of you are familiar with us or our products. So initially we are going to show you an overview of our BrailleSense 6. The second clip will also show you an overview of our recently launched BrailleSense 6 Mini, and we'll kind of cover the main menu of all features. The third clip we're going to show you is going to feature the Mini and going to feature some things that you can do with the built-in camera because the Mini is especially suited to that. And our final clip is going to show you one of our new features of version 1.7, which is accessing cloud drives. We have enhanced Google Drive quite a bit, and we've also added support for OneDrive and Dropbox, so we're going to cover that as well.
Introducing the HIMSS BrailleSense 6, the most powerful, modern, and versatile Braille productivity tool available. Featuring upgrades of our classic blind-friendly applications, paired with the latest hardware innovations and mainstream apps and services, the BrailleSense 6 is the center of your accessible workstation, whether you're a busy professional, a hardworking student, or entertaining yourself at home. BrailleSense 6 promotes Braille literacy through its Braille-centered educational apps, including robust UEB and NEMIC math support, electronic book download and playback, and direct access to Google Drive from our internal productivity apps for easy completion of Google Classroom assignments, as well as collaboration with other students. Blind professionals can present spreadsheets or PowerPoint presentations visually to colleagues with synchronized Braille access, either live or virtually via platforms like Microsoft Teams, Google Meet, or Zoom. You can also sync and share information across devices and platforms via Dropbox or OneDrive, and all your contacts, appointments, and other information will automatically sync with Google or other connected accounts. When the work or school day is done, why not curl up in a chair and browse your social networks while streaming music, watch your favorite TV shows or descriptive videos, shop online, or video chat with your friends and family, all with direct Braille access and intuitive Braille keyboard operation. With the power of Android 10 and its 4 USB ports, BrailleSense 6 gets even more power, versatility, and productivity when connected to compatible peripherals, including USB cameras for video chatting, OCR, or direct video recording, USB audio devices such as mixers and microphones for advanced audio production, mice, keyboards, and game controllers for additional interface options or remote controlling media playback, or USB monitors and tablets for sharing the visual screen with friends and colleagues. Want even more ways to connect and get things done? Use the built-in Google Assistant to command the BrailleSense 6 by voice, or download Amazon Alexa or other virtual assistant apps to control your compatible HomeKit devices, get news and weather, or entertain yourself with jokes and trivia. BrailleSense 6 is our slimmest, lightest, fastest, and most efficient BrailleSense yet. With a modern and upgradable Android operating system, it offers contemporary connectivity, apps and services, while maintaining the traditional HIMSS Braille interface. Sporting an octa-core 2.0 GHz CPU, 6 GB of RAM, and 128 GB storage plus SD card slot, BrailleSense 6 offers intuitive accessibility while stacking up solidly against off-the-shelf phones and tablets. It supports 802.11 AC, dual-band multi-antenna Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth 5.1 and low energy, ensuring users can connect with all modern networks and wireless peripherals, including smartwatches and fitness and health monitors. In addition to our classic 32-cell model, for those who need an on-the-go portable powerhouse, we also offer a BrailleSense 6 Mini. Small enough to fit into a purse or jacket pocket, BrailleSense 6 Mini contains all the power and productivity of BrailleSense 632, with 20 Braille cells and 2 USB-C ports for data and connectivity. BrailleSense 6 combined the world-class accessible interface HIMSS is known for with the latest and greatest in mainstream technology, offering blind users an intuitive Braille-centric environment paired with modern productivity and connectivity tools that ensure comfortable and successful incorporation into the contemporary office or classroom, as well as modern social networking and entertainment services. HIMSS BrailleSense 6, lifestyle innovations for your future.
So the upgrade from the Polaris Mini to the BrailleSense 6 Mini is very similar to that of the Polaris to the BrailleSense 6 in that there is twice the storage, twice the RAM, the same processor that's in the BrailleSense 6, and a few different ports. So let's take a quick physical tour. So if you put this next to the BrailleSense Polaris Mini, they are very, very similar. They have the exact same dimensions and basically the exact same physical layout. Most of the changes here really are on the inside. So the top face consists of the 9-key Perkins style keyboard plus Control, Alt, and Function keys, and it does have the exact same keyboard as the Polaris Mini. We also then have our 20 Braille cells on the bottom with the scroll keys on either side and the 20 cursor routers above with each fifth one marked with a dot. So moving around to the right edge, there is a change here, although it's not going to be physically much different, in that instead of the USB-C and micro HDMI, we now have 2 USB-C ports. These USB-C ports are the same as exist on the BrailleSense 6. They have the same specifications. So basically, we've removed the 2 USB-A ports and included the same USB-C ports. So the one nearest the rear, this is going to be the power and PC port. This is anytime you're going to host the BrailleSense, you're going to connect to this port. So if you're going to charge the device, if you're going to use it for data transfer, if you're going to use it for the terminal for screen reader as a Braille display via USB, if you're going to mirror the screen via the PC or an Android device, you're going to use this rear port. The one nearest the front here, this is going to be your video port and host port for all kinds of other devices. This is going to be USB-C hubs, USB-C keyboards, drives, audio devices. Basically anything that you can host with an Android device is going to be supported here. And again, this is very similar to the BrailleSense 6. You can connect an HDMI monitor with a USB-C to HDMI cable. You can connect one of those USB-C portable monitors, etc. So many, many things can be supported here. And although we do only have 2 USB ports and only one of them is a host port, as I first mentioned, you can use a USB-C hub, so you're able to connect multiple devices. So again, this is going to be exactly the same as the BrailleSense 6. If I move around to the front edge here, we have, again, our typical layout. We have the power port, we have the media buttons, the media mode switch, and the key lock switch. I'll move around to the left edge. And again, we have our typical audio layout. So nearest the front, we have our volume buttons, volume down, volume up. Then nearest the rear, we have our microphone and line input. So our stereo mic and line input, audio in. And closer to the front, this jack then would be the headphone out jack. So let's flip around to the underside. And again, this is exactly like the Polaris Mini. We have the camera, the 13 megapixel camera, we have the speaker, and then we have the battery compartment. And if you open up the battery compartment, there is again also a micro SD card slot, just as it is on the Polaris Mini. So we're not going to do the entire overview that we did for the original BrailleSense 6 because most of this is the same and the functionality is the same. However, in the last year, we have done quite a bit of software development. So we do want to give you an update as to the features and functions that are available here. So let's take another quick tour through the menus. So we'll start with our File Manager, F, and I'll just move down the menu.
Word processor, W. Notepad, N. Email, E. Media, M.
So everything is the same until we get to media. I'm going to press enter here.
Media player, M. FM radio, R. Podcasts, P.
And we have a couple of changes here. First of all, you'll notice the Daisy player has been removed from this menu, and we now have an additional podcasts application, which allows you to search for and download and listen to podcasts, of course.
Media, M.
I'm going to move down from here.
Books, K.
We have a new menu here called Books. And if I press enter here,
Daisy player, D.
there is our Daisy player.
Document reader, K.
We've now added a new program called the Document Reader. For those of you who have used the U2, this is the same exact program that existed there. We have now brought it to BrailleSense 6 and BrailleSense 6 Mini.
Inline Daisy, O.
And we have our online Daisy
Bookshare download, B.
and our Bookshare download applications here. I'll return to the main menu.
Books, K. Organizer, O.
And there's nothing new in the organizer.
Address manager, A. Schedule manager, database manager, D.
And again, I'll return to the main menu.
Organizer, O. Web tools, B.
We have our web tools,
Web browser, B.
web browser,
Google search, Wiki search, W.
and we have another new program here called Wiki Search. This was also added in version 1.5 of the BrailleSense 6 firmware, and of course then exists in the menu as well.
Web tools, B. Extras, X.
And our extras menu.
Excel viewer, X. Sense dictionary, color reader, C. Color reader, C.
So this menu is now a bit smaller and gives us room for future growth as we have moved the online Daisy and Bookshare download into the Books menu.
Extras, X. Programs, R.
Now we have a programs menu. Now this will appear only if you have installed external programs, of which we now have a few options. I'm going to press enter here.
Mo Media.
We have two applications that are available from an external developer. One of our dealers in the Middle East called Native Technologies has developed an audio editor,
MoTweet.
and MoTweet, which is a Twitter application. If I move down once more,
Sense Bible, B.
we also have the Sense Bible, which again is another port from the U2, but is a free externally available program. So it is not included by default, but you can install it from our website, and it is available now for BrailleSense 6 and BrailleSense 6 Mini.
Programs, R. Utilities, U.
Now, most of this is going to be the same.
Calculator, C. BrailleSense map, display time and world clock, O. Display compass heading, 8. Wake up alarm, 8. Stopwatch, W. Terminal for screen reader, display network status, display power status, backup restore flash disk, K.
But here is a new utility called Backup Restore Flash Disk. This allows you to easily, basically, back up and restore your flash disk, which is what you would expect it to do. It creates a compressed, password-protected backup. You can actually choose whether or not you password protect it, but it will create a compressed backup of your flash disk to an SD card or a USB drive, which makes it very easy to restore everything. It will take your database folder as well, so you will get your Wi-Fi profiles, your email account information, basically everything on your flash disk. So if you need to send it in for repair or you want to copy things to another machine, it's very easy to get almost all of your data using this utility.
Utilities, U. Settings, S. Help, H. Play Store, P. All apps, A.
And everything else is the same as it has been. So there you have it, all of the power and flexibility of the BrailleSense 6 in a portable, pocketable package. This one is going to be all about the camera, specifically the internal camera. We have done previous videos on using external cameras, but on this one, we're going to discover all the things that you can do with the built-in camera. And we are going to feature the BrailleSense 6 Mini on this one because it's especially well suited to it, because it is a bit of a smaller size and because the camera is located on the center of the underside of the device. You can do this with the BrailleSense 632, but because it's a little offset and the device is a little bit larger, it's a little bit more awkward, I think. So I think the BrailleSense 6 Mini works a bit better with it, so we are going to use that. So let's get to it. So we'll start with the gold standard for OCR. We will use what is now called One-Step Reader. For those of you who are familiar with KNFB Reader Mobile, this is the same app. They've just renamed it. So I'm at my main menu and I'll press A for all apps.
11,000 quotes, setting status.
And I'll press the letter O.
OneDrive.
And go down.
One-Step Reader.
And there it is. I'll press enter.
One-step reader, unlimited version, one-step reader, 99.99 unlimited number of text recognitions with one.
And of course, I'm using the trials, so I'm going to press F4 to get out of this. I'm not going to.
Button camera flashes, button take picture of the document and read the text. Press enter to activate.
Okay, so now I'm going to take a picture of this Go Vision brochure. So I do need to raise the camera above it, of course. So I'm going to try to center it a little bit. Of course, I'm never going to do that perfectly, but neither will you probably. So we're going to take a picture.
Take picture.
Option at a glance. Go Vision is a 24-inch electronic magnifier designed for low vision users. It offers near, distance, and self-viewing modes, enabling you to clearly expand your view of any.
Button camera flashes on. Double tap the button take picture.
Okay.
Take picture of the document and read
And
the
I
text.
just
Press enter to
pressed
activate.
F4 to return to the take picture button. And it is that simple. It actually reads quite well. Of course, it's not absolutely perfect, but some of that is me and my ability to line it up perfectly as well. So this again takes a very nice little picture. It's pretty easy to center it above the text again because of its small size and the centered camera. Another particularly popular app right now is Envision AI. And of course, it's been made especially popular because of the Envision glasses, but it also works really well on your phone. And again, is very well suited to the BrailleSense 6 Mini. So again, I'll press A for all apps.
11,000 quotes, saying status.
And I'll press E.
Easy reader, edge. Envision AI.
And press enter.
Envision AI button magnifier, press enter to activate.
So we have several options here. There are a lot of things that you can do with this app. So there's a magnifier.
Button flashlight, off, press enter to
There's a
activate.
flashlight, and I'm just pressing F3 to move through these options.
Button read preferences, press enter to activate.
And set read preferences.
Button instant text, speaks out text instantly. Press enter to activate.
Now I have tried this and I can't say that I've had great luck with it, but you can try the instant text feature. It probably depends on what it is that you're trying to read, how well this works.
Button scan text, capture a document with a single or batch scan. Press enter to activate.
And I can scan text. And so again, let's see how it compares to one-step reader. So I'll press enter.
Single scan, capture a single page
No
or
edges
document.
visible. No
So you
edges
have
visible.
options for single scan and batch scanning.
No edges
I'm actually
visible.
going to do a single scan. So let me again
No edges
raise it up
visible.
and I'll press enter.
Processing.
Button navigate up, press enter to
Go
activate.
Vision at a glance. Go Vision is a 24-inch electronic magnifier designed for low vision users. It offers near, distance, and self-viewing modes, enabling you to clearly expand your view of any object you want to see.
Single scan,
No
capture a
edges
single page or
visible.
document.
Wow, it's actually almost better.
No edges visible.
So now I'm back to the main dialog and we have a few more options here.
Identify, 1. Button find, press enter to activate. Button glasses, press enter to activate. Button settings, press enter to activate. Button describe scene, captures a photo and describes the scene in front of you.
So I'm
Added
actually
list,
going
press
to
enter
try
activate.
this one. I'll try to take a picture of Stella holding a laptop and let's see how this works. Okay, I'll press enter now.
Describe scene, captures a photo and
I'll
describes
just
the scene
take
in
a
front of you.
picture.
Looks like a laptop on a table.
Well, it looks like a laptop on a table. Apparently it didn't pick up Stella, just her laptop. But either way, this will describe the scene around you or whatever is in front of the camera. Well, I couldn't do a video like this without showing Google Lookout. Now, Google Lookout is somewhat hit or miss, but it is absolutely free. And of course, given that it's using Google AI, it is going to keep learning and improving. And it does do some things pretty well. So let's take a look. I'll go to my all apps again.
11,000 quotes, saying
And I'm
status.
going to go back
Mailwise, lookout.
and there's Lookout. So I'll press enter.
Button signed in as Jennifer F. Low light, flashlight on.
So I do have my camera sitting on the table. Now I have several options here.
Button change language. Button help, press enter to button turn camera off, press enter. Button recents, press enter. Button explore, beta, in list 5 items, 0.
So Explore is just going to let you look around. It's a little bit different than the described scene in Envision AI in that it's real-time exploration.
Button food labels, beta, press enter to activate.
We
1.
have food labels, which is actually a barcode scanner.
Button text, press enter to activate. 2.
So this again is real-time text recognition.
Button documents, press enter to activate. 3.
This is going to let you take a picture of a document, so it's a scan function.
Button currency, press enter to activate. 4.
And it will also identify currency. Currently, it only supports dollars, euros, and Indian rupees, but it will work. However, we're not going to try that today because I actually don't have any American currency. Okay, so let's try food labels.
Button food labels, beta, in list 5 items, press enter to activate. 1.
Now, it does say that this is a beta. It's a barcode scanner, and the first time that you press enter on this, it will ask you to download the data for your country. I've already done that. So I'm going to press enter here, and then I'm going to try a couple of food items.
Food labels. No product in view.
Just a moment.
Tea India instant chai tea latte cinnamonettes.
And it is, in fact, that. Okay, well,
No
try
product
another
in
one.
view. No product in view.
There it is. Just give it a second.
No product in view. Buff Baked Fuel Bar Plus MCT Keto Friendly Plant-Based Non-Dairy Vegan of Protein 1G Sugar 4G Net Carbs Gluten-Free Peanut Butter.
And that is what it is.
No product in view.
Now, it says food
No
labels,
product in view.
but you can do anything with a barcode.
No
so
product
let's
in view.
try something
Garnier
else.
Whole Blends 5-in-1 Refreshing Lightweight Spray 5 Fluid Ounces Bottle.
Okay, so it will also do something like that. So I actually had to get out of that, or she was going to keep yakking at me and telling me that there was no product in view. But yes, you can actually scan anything with a barcode, and it should give you the product information. If it says no product recognized, it might actually ask you to rotate it because you don't always know for sure where the barcode is located on a given box or package. But generally, this does pretty well. I'm going to go back into it and I'm going to choose Explore. So remember I showed you that it had a text option. Interestingly enough, the Explore option actually works better for doing instant text. So we're going to try that to identify a couple of other items. So again, I'm going to open the app.
Button signed in as Jennifer
Pop.
Light. Flashlight on.
And again, it's
No
giving
product
me
in view.
all kinds of information. So I'm going to press E.
No
Button
product in
Explore.
view.
and press enter
Explore.
here.
Flashlight off.
Okay, so now I'm going to try another box. This is a Korean, it's an English product, but it's actually sold in Korea. So
Text. KF94. Text. Protect. Text. Protect.
So it's actually
Text.
KF94.
PROTEC.
It's KF94 masks, and at least I could identify what it was, even though it didn't read absolutely everything. It read me enough that I knew. You could also use this to maybe identify a printed book. So we'll try that.
Tableware. Text. Stuti History Art Duke 4. Picture frame with text. World History Stuli Were. Picture frame with text. World History Werla Study Workbook 4. Text.
So
Great. Text. Great.
it's not perfect, but it again is enough that I can tell that it's a world history book.
Flashlight
So
off.
again, if you're just wanting to
Low light.
identify
Flashlight
something in a pinch, this is probably going to do it for you. And as I just showed you, it will do currency. You can scan a document. It will do various things. And once again, it's free. So if you're looking to do something in a pinch, you just need to be able to identify something. It's probably going to give you enough information to do that. So there are several apps that do things like this, and you're going to get varying degrees of success, just depending on the lighting conditions, how well you're lined up, which app you're using. Some of them do things better than others. I have one last thing that I want to show you. This is not something that you can find on the Play Store. I actually had to go to APK Pure to get it. It is a light detector. We actually had someone ask us about this if we would create one, but I gotta tell you, I don't think that we could create one better than this app that I'm about to show you. So again, I'm gonna go to all apps.
11,000 quotes. Same status.
I'm gonna press the letter F.
Facebook. Feedly. File manager. Files by Google. Free motion change.
This is actually what it's called. It's called the Free Motion Light Detector for Android. And again, you can find this on APK Pure. I'm gonna press enter here.
Button change detector. Press enter to activate.
So there are different detectors. We're gonna go to
Button light explorer. Press enter to activate.
Light Explorer.
Switch off vibrator. Press enter to toggle.
Okay, in just one moment,
Switch on beep. Press enter to toggle. Off.
so that I can actually talk over it, I'm gonna switch this off. So you have a vibration option, you have a beep option,
Switch off speech. Press enter to toggle.
and you have a speech option.
Switch off high sensitivity. Press enter to toggle.
You can also adjust the sensitivity.
Switch off exposure lock. Press enter to toggle. Switch off quick update. Press enter to toggle. Radio button not check maximum light intensity. Not check. Press enter to toggle. Radio button check average light intensity. Radio button not check central light intensity. Radio button check low beat volume. Check. Radio button not check normal beat volume. Not check. Press enter to toggle.
And again, I'm just going through the various options here so that you can see what you can do.
Radio button, Light Explorer, 02. Switch off vibrator, press enter to toggle. Switch off beep, press enter to toggle.
Now I'm going to turn this back on because I think this is one of the best indicators there is. So I'm going to press enter. And it's giving me a low beep sound because right now the camera is sitting on a piece of paper, so it's getting no light. I'm going to lift it up. All of a sudden we have a huge amount. So as I move it around and the light intensity changes, you can hear that in the pitch of the audible beep. And again, I need to switch this off. I can
Switch
also
off speech, press enter to toggle.
turn on speech.
2, 100, 37, 74, 65, 57, 1.
And you can get updates via speech, via a numeric value, which I believe is some kind of percentage. I don't know exactly what it measures, but at least you can identify the amount of intensity according to that number in the same way that you can the audible beep. So let's check out the vibration option.
Switch off beep, press enter. Switch off vibrator, press enter to toggle. On.
We'll do that. So it's giving longer and shorter vibrations based on the intensity of the light at this point. Okay, again, I'll turn that off. So you can use any combination of those feedback options, or you can use them singularly as I just demonstrated. So this is a really, really accessible, simple, yet sort of diverse app for detecting light. And you might want to use this in a situation, for example, if you're trying to reset a wireless router, there is usually not any way to tell when the router is turned on. You don't necessarily know how long it takes to boot up. And one way to deal with that is to actually identify the light source. And you would be able to identify when it increases intensity by holding it over the router and doing something like that. That's generally what I do use this for, actually. But I suppose there are other things that it could be useful for as well. But for the most part, I think most of us use something like this for identifying electronic devices when they're on and off, when there is no other indicator, no vibration, no speech, no audible indicator. We're going to take a look at the recent enhancements we've made to cloud drives. As you know, we've been able to access Google Drive from our file manager for a good while, although in version 1.7, we have added some functionality to it. We've also added similar access to OneDrive and Dropbox. What's great about this is basically you can use our file manager to access all of these services, and you're already familiar with the interface because it's the BrailleSense file manager interface that you already know. So let's get to it. So I'm at my main menu and I'm just going to press enter on File Manager, which is of course at the top.
Flash disk 1 5 list item.
And now I have 5 drives. I have my flash disk.
SD 2 5 list item.
I do have an SD card connected.
Google Drive 3 5 list item. OneDrive 4 5 list item. Dropbox 5 5 list item.
So I do have Google Drive, OneDrive, and Dropbox. Let's take a look at Google Drive.
Google Drive 3 5 list item.
Because we have a little bit of a change here.
My Drive folder 1 3 list item.
So it used to be that when you pressed enter on Google Drive, you just had a list of your files and folders. We now have access to shared content. So that is now in your My Drive directory.
Shared drives folder 2 3 list item.
You also have access to shared drives, which will contain things that were shared with you by an organization. So this is only going to apply to G Suite accounts. If you have a G Suite account with an organization and you have drives that were shared with you, you will find them here.
Shared with me folder 3 3 list item.
Then you have shared with me. This is going to be the content that others have shared with you. And again, this can be files and folders, but again, it will appear in its own directory now. Let's go back up to My Drive.
My Drive folder 1 3 list item.
And I'll press enter here.
Colorfit folder 1 6 list item.
So now I have all of the files and folders that are in my main Google Drive directory. I'm going to press space 456 to jump down to the bottom.
Tesla, signs MP366 list item.
And I've got an MP3 file here. Now let's take a quick look at the menus because they are slightly different in the cloud drives. So I'll press F2.
File, F, pull down menu. Open, O, enter O menu item.
We have open.
Open with, E, dialog, enter E menu item.
We now have the option to open with. Remember that you could always launch things in Media Player, the word processor, the notepad, the document reader. Now you can use the open with function to launch things. Usually you're going to want to do this in Android apps, and I'll give you an example of that in a moment.
Send to, S, dialog, enter S menu item.
Send to.
New folder, F, dialog, enter rename. R, dialog, create share link. L, dialog, backspace, L menu item.
And here's a new function that is specific to cloud drives. And it is available in all three of them, Google Drive, OneDrive, and Dropbox. And that allows you now to share a link. And you can also access it directly from the file list using backspace L.
Information, I, sign out, X, backspace X menu item.
You also have a sign out option in all three of the cloud drives because of course you can sign out of the current account and sign into another. Press F4.
File, F, edit, E, pull down menu. Copy, C, and cut, X, paste, V, delete, D, select all, A, copy, C, enter.
These are just your regular file manipulation functions. You can cut, copy, paste. And again, you can do this between the local drives and your cloud drives. So from OneDrive or Google Drive or Dropbox, you can copy to and flash disk, an SD card, or a USB drive. I'll press F4,
edit, E, U, V, sort files, set file info, L, dialog, enter element.
And these again are familiar functions. I'm going to press F4 to get out of the menus.
V, Tesla, signs MP3.
And we're back to the file list. Now remember, I said you could press backspace L to create a shared link. So let's do that.
Link, HTTPS, drive google.com file D1 11OXZJSLF50.
And again, this link will depend on which drive you're in. Of course, this is a Google shared link, but again, it will create them for Dropbox and OneDrive as well. If I press F3 here,
copy link, enter C button.
You can, of course, just use Enter C, or you can press Enter on this option to copy the link to the clipboard. Then, of course, you can email it to someone or paste it somewhere else. But again, this just allows you to easily create a shared link.
Cancel. Tesla, signs MP366 list item.
Now I'll take a quick look at the directories of the other drives because it does vary a bit. So I'll press backspace.
My drive folder 1, 3 list, Google Drive 3, 5 list, OneDrive 4, 5 list item. My drive folder 1, 2 list item.
Now this only has 2 subdirectories. So I have my drive,
shared with me folder 2, 2 list item,
and shared with me because there are not shared drives in OneDrive.
OneDrive 4, 5 list, Dropbox 5, 5 list item. Jenny and Neil folder 1, 10 list item.
Now, Dropbox isn't going to have anything like My Drive, etc. It basically just has your subdirectories. So if you do have shared folders, of course, they will appear here, but this is just a normal file and folder list. Okay, again, I'm going to go back.
Dropbox 5, 5 list item.
I'm going to go back up.
Google Drive 3, 5 list item. My drive folder 1, 3 list. Shared with me folder 3, 3 list item.
Shared with me.
APPG 2.0 folder 163 list item. Okay. Video folder 663 list item.
I want to take a look at this video folder.
Folder 126 Google Translate 01 the user interface mod 02 getting help mod 426 list item.
So these are the video files that Earl shot actually, and he shared them with us very kindly so. But here's an example of when you might want to use the open with function. The reason that you might want to do this, because the MOV file type is actually not supported natively in any of our applications. The other reason that you might want to do this, even with something like an MP4, is let's say that you want to actually show the video. Remember that if you play a video in our media player, you can't see it visually. So you could do something like this.
Open, O, open with, E, dialog, enter E menu item.
Choose open with.
Open with dialog. Main certificate installer 17 list item.
I have several options here. I'm going to choose Files by Google.
Files by Google 47 list item.
And I'll press Enter. And so
getting help 902
this is going to load.
3002 getting
and then it'll open.
Getting help 5102 6102 getting help 6502 7702 8802 getting 9102 1 objects copied 02 getting help mod button when 10 seconds press enter to activate.
Getting help. We're convinced if you use the
Okay. So again, if you need to show something visually, this is a very good example of why you'd want to use OpenWidth, and you now can do this in all 3 cloud drives. So one more quick thing, I'm going to press F1,
File manager, F,
and open the word processor,
top of document,
and I'll press Enter O to open.
open file dialog. File name, edit comp 210,428.
And again, I'm placed in my documents folder. I'm going to press backspace.
Documents folder 729
And
list
again?
item. Flash disk 15 list item.
And you can now see that I have
SD2, Google Drive 3, OneDrive 4, Dropbox 5 list item.
all of my cloud drives available from the open dialog as well. And again, this is going to be true in all supported applications, including word processor, notepad, document reader, Excel viewer, and the media player. All right, that is going to wrap it up for the main presentation. All right, that is going to wrap it up for the main presentation. We will be happy to take questions. So the OneDrive, Dropbox, and enhanced Google Drive access will be available in version 1.7, which should be coming out for English probably next week and very shortly after for the EU as well. We also will be introducing OAuth for Google Mail in that, which I know many of you have been waiting for a while. We've added DAISY recording to the media player. We also, for those of you who use Bookshare Download, we have rewritten this application and updated the API so it is much, much more efficient and robust in version 1.7. And we've done something that we probably should have done a while ago. We've changed the Google Assistant, well, the play and record, oh, and now it wants to respond to me. Just a moment. You can't say the name, you just can't. So I apologize, my note taker actually started responding. So it used to be that we would use the app when we used record and play, and you would get search results. Now it does actually default to the assistant. And the reason this was a carryover from Polaris because the Polaris did not actually support the assistant. So now we do. The other advantage of this is that you can also set another default Assist app. For example, if you wanted to set it to the A-Lady, Amazon Alexa, or any assistant app that is available in your language, you can set it to anything that is supported by Android. And the record and play buttons together that normally activate the G-Lady will activate that. So that's another change in this version. Anyway, we are now going to open it up for questions. Again, we do have Michael, Stella, and Esther here as well. So if you have sales questions, support questions, firmware questions, or just product questions, please feel free to ask. Yes.
Hi, this is Stella. So if you guys have any other question, just like click the wave and just like raise your hands to ask a question. Any question would be welcome.
So if you guys have any other question, click the wave and raise your hands to ask a question. Any question would be welcome.
Olivier.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yes, I can. Just one thing, if you hear me, can you just recap the name of the apps that you demonstrated so that I can more easily take notes, please?
Sure. I don't know how long it's going to take this to transmit. For some reason, I seem extremely delayed, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. So the light detector is called Free Motion. Free Motion, it's one word, Free Motion light detector. What else did I show? One Step Reader is the former name of KNFB Reader Mobile. Let's see, what was the other one? Google Lookout. So Lookout again is one word, and that is just a Google app. The other one then is Envision AI. So the word envision and the letters AI.
Hello.
Thank you.
I think you can hear me now. Excellent.
Yes, we can.
Really interesting presentation. This is this is actually a much better time for Australia. So if we can do them at this time, this is great. Because I'm only an hour or two ahead of you guys. So really interesting. You mentioned Daisy recording. So that's a really cool new feature. So that's coming in 1.7.
It is, and I cannot remember. So the mini, I'm pretty sure, is this Scott?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I know you already have the mini, and
I already have it.
Think it might already be in there. You might be able to try it out already, because the mini, for those who might have it, does have an earlier version of 1.7. They will both be caught up and matching. You don't have OAuth yet, but I know you do have some of the cloud drive access, and you might actually already have the Daisy recording access in there too. So you have to check it out.
Okay.
If you go to the recording settings and you have options for normal and Daisy recording, you have it. If you don't, it's not there yet, but will be in about a week or so.
It's here. Yeah, I'm looking now.
Okay, so you already have it.
Oh, okay. I'll try it.
Yeah, can we read EPUB documents? Yeah, you should already be able to do that. You can do it in the document reader. You can do it in the notepad. The document reader has a little more navigation in it, of course, but yes, you can do that in the BrailleSense 6. You've been able to pretty much from the beginning, and since 1.5 in the document reader. All right, any other questions? That's all you have for us? Wow, you're not making us work for our supper today. You should be able to, yes. The question was, will we be able to use with the Daisy online libraries in Germany? Yeah, IPD has actually configured several of these. Of course, Manfred's going to know better than me because I wouldn't be as familiar with the services, but I'm pretty sure there are 2 or 3 that are here, and it's pretty easy to add other servers if we're missing something. But yes, all the BrailleSense, all of our devices actually do support those. Go for it, Angela. If you are not able to speak, you can type them and I'll answer them. I think that one again is going to be a question for IPD. Sorry, in case it didn't read out. He asked if are there any special offers in terms of SightCity. I don't know. Are you guys? He asked if there are any special offers for SightCity. Is that only being done through IPD if that's the case? Or sorry, that's a sales question.
Hi, this is Stella. So can you just type Germany? Then you can just ask Manfred if there is an offer for the SightCity. I think he will answer the question for sure.
So yeah, that's Manfred at IPD. I'm sure you probably know who he is, Manfred Jacqueline.
If you don't know about the emails of him, then I can just type his email here. Sure. Thank you.
All right, we're still waiting for Angela. Yeah, I saw it. Do you want me to answer her first, or you want to? Okay. So the external programs that are available for BrailleSense 6, I'm assuming that you're talking about the Mo Media, Mo Tweet, and the Sense Bible. So the Sense Bible, yes, is available from the HIMSS website. Mo Media and Mo Tweet are available from Natick Technologies, and I believe it's just info at is Natick here? I believe it's just info at natick.com. If they are here, they can answer that for sure. I believe they were, but you would be able to purchase that from them, I believe. Sorry, Natick is here. So perhaps Natick they can jump in and answer that. They are here. but I believe it is just info@natiq.com. It's NATTIQ.com. And they would be able to help you purchase that. You can download them both, and there's a 2-week free trial for each of those. So you would be able to try it first, and then you'd be able to purchase it if you like it.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes. Hello. I'm a user from Germany, and I'm an owner of the BrailleSense. And I would like to travel to Poland and take the BrailleSense with me. So the FM radio is going in this frequency range from 87.5 until 108 megahertz. And in the technical specificates, I have read that it is also possible to change from 65 megahertz to 108 megahertz. How can I do it?
I'm not sure where you read that, but no, we can't change it. But we do have these devices sold in Poland, and they've never indicated that it's not possible to use it with their radio station. So I don't know that you need to do anything.
Oh, okay. I cannot change it.
No, you can't change it, but I
don't know that it's an issue. We've never been told that there's a problem with that, and we do sell these in Poland. So I think you're probably good to go.
Oh, I haven't understood it. Sorry.
I think it would be okay. I don't think you'll have any problems. We do sell the BrailleSense in Poland, and that is not, we've never received feedback that it doesn't work with their radio frequencies. So I think it should work fine when you go there.
And it's not possible to change from 65 megahertz?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, may I?
Okay, so, oh, sure, go ahead. We had something in the chat. Go ahead, I'll answer that later.
Oh, sorry. I'm from Poland. I'd like to say that BrailleSense and Radio FM does function in Poland, so no worry. And
thank you so much.
And other question, first question. My question is, what about Facebook?
Oh, you mean, does it work?
What about Facebook for BrailleSense? Can we expect some more accessible Facebook in BrailleSense?
I'd love to have that too.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you very much.
I don't. I don't know. It's certainly something that's on the radar. I know that I'm not sure if NATIQ is considering develop any further applications, but I know that that was a request that many people made to them. It's also something that is on our radar as well, because you're right, it is particularly difficult in its native form. And the Twitter application is so useful that they've done. Any Twitter user, I tell you, it really just makes a world of difference to use MoTweet. So yes, Facebook would be a very popular choice. Sorry,
okay.
Chats are coming in.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So we will definitely consider it. You're definitely not the only one, definitely not the first, and you won't be the last to ask that question. So.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Sure. Okay, so we've got a couple things coming in. Let me answer the question about the web browser. We had a question about, he said he's heard that the web browser doesn't work with a lot of sites. Are there plans to? Yeah, and more stuff is coming in. So, okay, I'm gonna actually answer the file manager question first because it's very easy. Is the open with function available in the whole file manager? The answer is yes. It always has been. It's just new to the cloud drives, but yeah, it's always actually been in the file manager. So yep, you can do that from anywhere. from any of your drives with any file, etc. As for the browser, yes, this is something that we know that we need to work on. It is going to take a major rewrite. I actually have to tell you, I use a combination of browsers. If I'm wanting to read information, I do like our browser for the navigation and for the parsing that it does. If I need to interact with a site, I actually like to use Microsoft Edge, and I like it even better than Chrome. It's faster, it's just a little bit more responsive. There are a few shortcuts that work because we have the Control and Alt keys. So I suppose because we have alternative options, this has been one of those things that, you know, we definitely need to get to. It's something that we do want to be part of our BrailleSense interface, but there are other ways to access it. Of course, we have a Google search application and a wiki search application as well that do a lot of things for you. We now have the cloud drives. So there's so many ways to sometimes get to things that you would normally access on the web. It does become an issue sometimes, sure. But for the most part, I know that for me, I managed to get pretty much anything that I need to do done with this. You know, you're not going to probably open 10 tabs with it or, you know, 10 Chrome tabs. You can use Chrome, of course, too. But it's a mobile device. You know, it's not something that I would do on a tablet either. But yeah, it is something that we know we need to get to. Let's see, what are the other questions, Stella? Yes. Okay. So Angela asked about if a programmer wants to create apps for the BrailleSense 6. Yes, there is an SDK, or rather, excuse me, there is a sample app that shows all of the controls and stuff that you can use. So yes, that is available for anyone who wants to try that. Just email me and I will take care of that. It is... You would get in touch with our head software developer, but I can certainly facilitate that. But yes, absolutely. Okay. There's another question? Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, Netflix or Amazon. Yes, I use them all the time. They're extremely accessible. The really great thing that I want to mention, so for those of you who used Polaris, you may have noticed that a lot of apps were not necessarily accessible or seemed to be sluggish, etc. The BrailleSense 6 has taken that away for many, many reasons. The performance is a lot better. The accessibility is a lot better in Android 10. In addition to that, though, we also now have a graphics labeler. So all those things where it says unlabeled, 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 if you press Enter L, it will give you the internal program ID and it will give you the option actually to label it. So the thing about it is, even apps that are not accessible, you can almost make them that way. It's not 100% perfect, but you know, I used to give a list of accessible apps and now it's harder to say what isn't accessible because the things that are not accessible, you can almost make that way. But things like Amazon and Netflix, all the mainstream applications, Teams, Zoom, I'm actually using Zoom on the BrailleSense right now. All of these are very accessible. Radio DB, what is that? Oh, DBAU. What is it? I actually don't know what that is. So sorry. DAB plus, I have no idea. But again, if it meets general accessibility, I'm sorry, I don't know. If you have an application that uses it, of course that's going to work. I guess I really don't, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I don't have the... Probably not. Oh, are you talking about digital radio? I'm so sorry. I'm not, no, we don't actually. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, I just didn't know the exact technical name for it. No, actually, you're right. We do not have an antenna for that. We support FM, of course. We support, most people are using internet radio at this point. So, you know, even for things like Sirius XM, that's interesting. I haven't had anyone ask me that in a really long time. So I completely forgot about it. But no, we do not have an antenna for that. Okay, so Stella's telling me that we are running out of time. We've probably already gone over. Was there something that you wanted to announce?
Yeah. First of all, thank you.
Yes, you should.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining the webinar. I wish you could have more time to chat with you all. For your information, we are participating back here in Germany from September 14th to 17th. We would be so grateful for you all to participate in the exhibition if you have time. And we can chat there and we can demo the products and we can just talk about everything like you have right now. Or so you have a more question about the products or technical support, you can just email to us, himsa@selvashc.com. So always feel free to ask a question. That will be so great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you all so much.
Thank you
We really
so much,
appreciate you coming.
guys.